Welcome to Trading Lounge on the European Indices for Tuesday, October 12th, and no change in the direction and analysis. We're still on track here for looking at wave 4 down here of Y, so we're looking at a double zigzag. So from the top here, an ABC for the first zigzag, the X wave, then an A and an A and a B and a C here. It's gotten a bit complicated, but I think we managed that quite well. And if all goes according to plan, we'll be looking for 5 waves down onto this trend line through here. Now, we need to be a little bit mindful of things, just think outside the box for a moment. It's also possible to have something like this here and have the low in place for these indices. So that means that this would be wave 1 to the upside and pulling back for wave 2 and then moving up higher from this box here. So we need to be a little bit mindful of that particular pattern. I don't see any reason why that can't be the case at this stage. So let's just look at this in terms of wave 1 to the upside here. And then we know where wave 2 is. And if in fact, I think we're short in this. We talked about being short in here somewhere yesterday. But the point being here is that I know it's a long way from the price, but we can go long from taking those tops out there. Yeah, like I said, it's a long way from the price for short-term traders, but you know, if we're still looking at this down here, it's, you know, maybe we could get you in longer at this point or something, you know, but I'll just leave it there for the time being. So let's just move into the hourly chart. Now, when we spoke yesterday, I had wave 1 just tucked in here with wave 2, but I'm thinking that this looks more like a wave 3 coming down here with a wave 4 going sideways and a drop here. So I think I'll put that there for the time being. Like I said, we just need to be mindful of that 61.8%, which we're going to get support there anyway. So in this space, so that can be, you know, a bit of a game changer at that point. Otherwise, we'll move on lower here, but I can see how we can look at this as an A, B, and C here for this, and that wave 2 could also go here as well. So that's why we can go long above that point there. Otherwise, we'll just see this work lower in line with the US markets, but we just want to be mindful that we don't want to be caught out, you know. Let's just have a look on the tick chart. 100 ticks. Bring in a bit more data. There's plenty. Yeah, I can see why I had that. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll just stay on track here for a moment. I mean, I was looking at this as 1 and 2 here, and then 3, 4, 5. So if we look at that as 1 and 2 here, and then the whole third wave, it still looks like all of the third wave there, doesn't it? 1 and 2, and that would have to be the third wave in there somewhere, and the fourth and the fifth. So does that look like 5 waves? That's 5 waves. That's 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's an ABC to that point. We have to treat that as we'd have to treat that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here as another wave 1 to the downside, I think. Or we could treat it as an A and a B. It's not going to work. And here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to get a rally here at that point. I think what we can do first off is configure that, put a stop there. Let's just protect that position here. And if you're short, it's probably not going to hurt to take some money off the table at that point, just in case we get chopped up in there. So that we'll leave that trade in the right space there. What are we at? 430. Just get my bearings here. So group 1 is 30, 20 and 10 down here, and it's all group 1, and 50 is the midpoint, so roughly in there. So what it wants to do is to go back and test that floor there, you know. So which is the best way? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here? That's 1 and 2 there. Is that how it's going to play out? It's a bit of a long shot, isn't it? But it fits. Wave 4 is a bit high. Otherwise we need to call, well, it's a bit tricky then, isn't it? I think that's right. I'll just see what the other markets look like before I pin that down there. It's too short to be wave 3 at that point too. So you could get the stop a bit closer too by, well, the thing is, if that's, oh no, that should be okay. Yeah. So we shouldn't really see the market higher than that block, than that resistance there. So the 40.60. So we'll leave our just stop out of the way at, we'll leave it at 40.67. Close enough. Let's see if we survive that. Okay, I'll mull that over a little bit here. I mean, if that is the case, then that makes that wave 1 there and wave 2 here of wave 3 coming down, you know. So if that is the case and you're all over this a little bit, then we might see something like this here. So that means you can add to the short position again at that point to catch that third wave down, if that's a very clear ABC. So you have to do your homework a little bit. It'll be something like that. So in that case, it would be under that low. And then you need to go over to the closest largest number, which would be 60 in that case. Then you need 60 as the retested resistance and so on. Okay, let's have a look at what's next, the FTSE. So this is a bit of a wild count and it's probably not correct, but I've put the B wave here, which, well, from the W here, we had an A wave and then a B wave and a C wave for the X, and then we're looking for an A wave here, and then we're looking for a B wave, and then we're looking for a C wave. So it's kind of skewed higher, that's all. But if this is the case, then we'll see another move down lower, back down into this space before heading higher. But obviously it looks really strong, doesn't it? But it's kind of done all the right things. We've got this B wave here for most of the indices around the world. So the point being here, will we see this move lower now? That's the question. I'm going to assume that that's 5 waves down to this point, and that will take us back to the 61.8% here. So you can just keep an eye on that. So we're looking at group 1 in here, so 30. So you can go long. We've got that long thing there, but you can go long on top of group 1 if you get that support there. You need a classic trading levels pattern at that price point. Just putting the levels in. So yeah, you can go long on this. We talked about going long yesterday, but we wanted that high in there or the second high. So you could go long there, but we need to be mindful of that 61.8%. So we're just going to use the top of group 1 as a classic trading levels pattern here. So we don't obviously have that yet, but let's just, if it occurs, then you'll need to know that you need to go long. But otherwise, we'll look at this as down for 1, back for 2 here. Probably not as high because the markets, the markets need to rally a bit. So 71.20 area, and then down from that point. You could also, if that rallies here, you can also short it back down under this leg here as well. Okay, let's have a look at the DAX. The DAX is the same as well. So we're still looking for a move further down here, but obviously the 15,000 is going to offer really nice support. And we also need to be mindful, like we looked at with stock 50, that we don't have that low in place there, but we didn't really reach our 61.8% mark here either. Let's just go in and have a look. So our double zigzag from wave 3, an A, B, C for W, the X, and then an A and a B and a C here. Now, have I got that right? It kind of looks alrighty, you know, with wave 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 for the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave there. We've just sort of been through all of that. So, yeah, sure, it's possible that this could be the low. I can work that. And that means we'll need to look at this C wave as wave 1. So that means we can go long above here. We don't want to miss anything. So that's our long trade here. Obviously, if the market is going to come down through here, it's going to be a bit of a rough spot coming into here, because there's just good support. But yeah, that's it. So we could look at that as wave 1 to the downside and back for wave 2 there. The 50-60% retracement level is also going to be about where the price is now, maybe a tad lower it needs to come, but yeah, it's not right on the level, but it's going to get support there. So it's got the 61.8% and it's got the big number there. So there's going to be, it's going to be a tough time through here for that. We'll just see, but we just need to be mindful that this could also be wave 1 there, and because when you get near lows, you just need to, you don't always get it right, and it never finishes the way that you wanted it to, and all those sorts of things more often than not, and you can't talk about the one time that it did go well, because that's just, you get lost in your own waffle then. So, yeah, we don't want to get caught out, and if that is wave 1 and back for wave 2, or even if this has a short journey down here and then moves up, we need to capture that, So this is really in line with the US markets as well, all of this. Normally I'd think that, no, that's okay, we've got our 5 waves there, everything's pretty good, let's just cruise in a little bit closer. So, yeah, we talked about a few things yesterday, obviously, so that's there, which is the high. We really kind of got that one there by the looks of it. I'll have to check on the cash market a bit later just to confirm. And, well, we know the support is down. We know the support is here for this 50-60% retracement level. Not quite sure the best way to count that here. Maybe we've got to use that high there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably that high. Just looking at the count, it's not very nice, but all said and done, we shouldn't move back above that high. And if we do, then we need to be long at that point. I'll just have a look on the tick chart. Oops, wrong tick. We'll go to 100. It's locking under the 100 here, that's good. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, so that's impulsive at that point, so we're going to see a rally back on that. Yeah, all of this here. That's where she's coming back to. So we should see that, well, We should see it like that, but getting on top of that and then would be in the bullish mode at that point, you know. Let's just, I want to have a look at that top. Okay, so we're using that one. It's not quite the top, is it? Then we got that one. Just check the cash market. This is the cash market, and it looks like this one here is the high. So then also this here, looking down here, it looks like it's down for 1, 2, 3 here, an A, B here, and a C here for 4, and then down for 5 here. So it looks like from the top down to this point, down to the 15,100. That's there, 15,100. Right, so it is using that top. Well, it doesn't, it's hard to get. I mean, I could probably get, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 1 here and 2 here, and all of this is a third wave and a fourth wave and a fifth wave here. So we could put wave 1 here, but we can't put it over here. So then we can put wave 2 here. That's in 3 waves, so that's okay. So it's a little bit messy here. So which is my best way forward here is wave 1 here. An A, B, C, that doesn't work. Okay, I'll have to mull that over a little bit. So on the cash market anyway, from this top here, coming down to the cash market, down to the 15.1 here, it can come back to 15.2. So let's just have a look at that again. Here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a bit clearer here. So then it's had its retracement there at 15.2. That's where it should drop. So it will drop on the opening. So in a nutshell, we've got wave 1 here and 2 here on the cash market. And we need to drop down here. That will drop on the next session. So that was that move there, right? So we've got on the cash market, we've got wave 1 here. I'll just dull that out a little bit, just so I know that that's possible. And I'll just copy this one here, just so I know where the cash market is. Okay, well that's all good then. So then the cash market hasn't opened, got this one in here, so that would be wave 1 and 2 there. Even though I've got 1 and 2 over here for that. I'll just work both of these counts in my own way, I think. So all said and done, the short trade here, if you can get it, is to see if we can get this here in some sort of clean, like, correction here, you know what I mean? So if you can get it in 3 waves here and get that one over here for that, that would be the short side. So yeah, the cash market's at 15.2, so when that opens, that's going to drop. It'll probably drop down to here at that point, make that a bit messy. Yeah, I mean, it certainly looks corrective here, doesn't it? It looks like we could go down for the A wave here, and then look at this here as some sort of A, B, C, D, E here for the B wave or something, and then come down for the C wave and be finished here, and then just keep on going at that point. So that, we had that top, didn't we? We could go to this top here. Okay, a bit messy, sorry about that, just thinking out loud. I know I should have it all sorted out and presented to you as a professional, but I think it's all good to come for the journey as well. Okay, so it is a little bit messy in here. We know that We know that there's really good support here at the 15,000 and the 61.8% mark. It's not presenting the best impulse wave to the downside, so I'm kind of forcing it a little bit, which I don't like doing. I can see that we could look at it all of this is and some sort of A wave, B wave, and C wave down here. You could look at it slightly differently again as well, but it seems to work okay like that. So we'll just be a little bit careful about it. But yeah, look, just rehashing this a little bit. If we just go back to the 4-hour chart here, I think we've done pretty well out of the whole thing. We're looking to go long, but we may have to do it from down here on this trend line. If not, well, then we can do it on, we've got a couple of tops here, haven't we? We had that lower top here, and this top, that would obviously be safer. It's further away, all that sort of stuff. But let's just see over the next session or two, are we going to be, coming down below this level here, and to finish this off, and then we can do our buying at this point, especially with stock as well, if you're in the Euro stock zone. So, yeah, that's where we are at this point. So I think we've got things pretty well covered. Just don't lose any money in the day traders. Don't lose any money around the 15,000 here, because it'll be choppy. It's choppy in group 1 anyway, so you shouldn't be very careful in here. The idea before we started wave 4 was to halve all position sizes and pick your trades very carefully. Make sure you got really good setups on that side of things. But we're nearly to the end. We may be at the end here. We may be down here at the end. If we come down lower here, we'll know where we are. We'll know what to do, and we'll try and build some positions in below the 15,000, small positions, and then start building, bigger positions on top of the 15,000 upwards from that point. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.